I don't like Girl Scout cookies, and there's a few reasons why. Some of the things I'm going to say in this video, somebody might find offensive, especially if they were in the Scouts or they have children in the Scouts. If you're easily offended, you might want to turn off the video right now. These are my opinions. These are my observations. You might say, everything you're saying is untrue. That's fine. That's your opinion, your observation. My opinion and my observation is based off of some bad experiences I've had with Girl Scouts selling their cookies over the decades. Not every single time, but enough times where it's kind of got me to where these are my opinions. And it's just like any other organization. You got a few bad apples that ruin the whole lot. When you've got a couple bad cops, they make the whole department look dirty. When you got a couple bad teachers, they make the whole school district look like it's nothing but a bunch of bad teachers, right? It's that sort of thing that's going on. So somebody out there might be going, I'm not like that. My kid's not like that. You don't know what you're talking about. You're on the other side of the table selling the cookies, ma'am. All right? I'm the person who sees it through different eyes. So this video might not be for you. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I feel strongly about this, so it's my channel, and I'm going to make a video about it. So first off, I'm not a big fan of sweets. It's not some sort of health thing or some sort of dietary thing or something like that. It's just as I've gotten older, I eat less and less sweets. That doesn't mean that I don't ever eat or drink something with sugar in it. It's just, I don't go out of my way like some people. I just don't eat a lot of sweets. So cookies really aren't that high on my priority list. The next thing is, I've tried out some of the Girl Scout cookies. Not every kind, but I've tried a few. I don't care for them. I don't like them. I don't see what's so special about them. I just don't like them. And you might go, oh, well, that's it? That's what's so offensive about that? Well, the rest of it's offensive because I have an issue with the organization and I have an issue with some of the parents. And that's really more where what this video is about. It's about the organization and it's about bad parenting that I've observed. You might say, that's not my kids, that's not me, that's not what the organization is about, you're getting it all wrong, that's fine. You can make your own video, send me a link to it, tell me what I'm so wrong about. So here's the thing. The first thing is that I believe that the organization has to sell these cookies in order to help pay its operational costs. Now, because I've never been in the Scouts and my kids are in the Scouts and I don't have, I don't know everything about it, but I imagine it's something where when you join, your kids join, they make you obligated somehow to sell cookies. I don't know if it's so many hours, so many days, whatever it is. I don't know if the more cookies your troop sells, the more money the troop gets, if they just put it all in a pot and divide it up. But one way or the other, they're compelling the parents and the children to sell these cookies, to stand out there in the cold and sell these cookies. And it's got to be a part of what pays their bills. It just has to be. All right, that's just common sense. Now, really, if you think about it, they could probably make more money if they just sold the cookies year-round, not just once a year, and they sold them online and in stores. Last year, because of the whole scamdemic, they sold them online. So don't tell me they can't. They set a precedent. And, I mean, why can't they set up a contract with Walmart to sell Girl Scout cookies in the store? And just sell the cookies and split the profits amongst all the troops all across the country. But I'm sure that it's probably something like, this will teach the girls how to be entrepreneurs. That's probably what they sold you on. That's not my opinion of it. First off, I believe the organization is exploiting your children. Seriously. And you're letting it happen. You're either not seeing it because you have a different perspective, or you're just blind to it. They're exploiting your children because here's the deal. Who can say no to a little girl, right? You want to sell these cookies? You want to sell these cookies? Have these little girls in their uniforms selling these cookies. Who can say no to a little girl? Right? So your children are being exploited as a marketing tool. The other thing is, they might say that they're teaching your kid how to be an entrepreneur at an early age. I don't see it that way. I see it as they're teaching the kids, and really it's more with parental reinforcement, that they're entitled to this. Because once again, who can say no to a little girl? All right, honey, here's the thing. Put on your uniform and look real nice and be real sweet and just and ask them if they'll buy these cookies. Right? Now, when I've had some of these little girls approach me about buying cookies and I say no, sometimes they won't take no for an answer. They'll ask me 3 times. I'm not kidding. And sometimes they'll get more aggressive each time, right? And when I finally say no the last time, I don't say no thank you or anything else. It's a solid no. And I look over and there's the 2 moms in their coats huddled behind the table giving me a glare as if, how dare you say no to my child? Okay? That right there, the facial expression tells me right away what they've told their daughters. Honey, just do this and people will buy your cookies. Here's the thing. You got them out here selling these cookies kind of on the street. In a way, you're teaching them that in a few years they could be on the street selling something else. That's the way I look at it. There is no need for these girls to be out there selling these cookies. No need for them to be out in the elements. No need for them to be harassing people who are simply just trying to go shopping. Because that's what happens sometimes. I get harassed by the kids. I have literally tried to get past them as fast as I can. I'll get in close behind somebody, and then when the girl approaches them, I'll juke right and go around them and hightail it to the car. Kind of like I use them as cover, right? And sometimes when I do that, little girls will fly out of nowhere, like off the sidelines, and jump in front of me. Would you like to buy a cookie? What the fuck? I've come out of the store pushing a cart as fast as I can to get away from them and had one jump in front of me like Tiananmen fucking Square. No bullshit. Almost ran over this little girl with my cart. Would you like to buy a cookie? And, I mean, I've had them where I say no and I sidestep right and they sidestep left and block me. I'm not kidding, right? And once again, there's the parents. There's the parents with that pissed off look on their face, right? Where do these kids learn this crap? They learn it from the parents. The parents tell them to do this. So, in my opinion, you're not teaching them anything valuable. And you're teaching them a sense of entitlement. Because once again, who can say no to a little girl? Teaching them that if they just look pretty and act nice, they can get whatever they want. And more or less, you're raising the future bitch ex-wives of America. Because how many of us were with a girl that was nice and sweet and took care of herself, and then as soon as you put that ring on her finger, it was like a light switch? Where the fuck do you think they learn that shit? Just saying. And that's not the only place, but it is one of the ways. My observation. Now, the parents that are out there encouraging this stuff, the parents that are out there teaching these kids this sense of entitlement, the parents that are out there just allowing the exploitation of their children, I consider that bad parenting. And I'm judging you as a fellow parent. It's not like I'm somebody without kids who's just coming up with this stuff. You see, there's plenty of people out there who never had kids at all. Maybe they're an aunt or uncle or something like that. They don't have kids, and they're out there saying all kinds of absolutely ignorant things about parenting, complaining about the way people parent their kids, but then you listen to them, and you can tell they have no fucking clue what it is like. I've walked a mile in your shoes, so I think I more than have a right to criticize your parenting and say what I've observed, what I believe you are teaching your children. Now, I understand that the Scouts are something that could be a good thing for a kid, a good learning experience, a good chance for them to do things with their friends and stuff like that. I get if it's a family tradition. You were in the Scouts, you want your kids to be in the Scouts. Some kids, had their arm put behind their back, told you're going to be a Scout. And other kids, I want to do it. Why? Because their friends are doing it. That's why they want to do it. All right? It's just like, school sports or other things that your kids can get into. Some people will demand that their kids are in every sort of extracurricular fucking activity in the world because they think it's going to give them a leg up in life. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. After they grow up and move out of the house, they may not do anything that you taught them. They may throw out all the values you busted your ass to instill in them as a child. And all those extracurricular activities are going to amount to nothing. I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it could. So don't think just because you're forcing your kid to be a scout that you're teaching them something that's going to make them this upstanding citizen for the rest of their lives, okay? I'm not saying that if you have your kids in the scouts, you're bad, evil, or stupid. They're your kids. Do what you want. Parent them whatever way you want. But they're your kids, which comes to my next point. They're your fucking kids. You fucking pay for them. Why are you asking strangers to buy these fucking cookies to pay for your kids' extracurricular activity? You fucking pay for it. People will bring this shit into, and not just for Girl Scouts, but for other things, right? We'll bring this shit into work, put it in the break room, right? That sort of thing. They'll ask people, they have the little thing you sign up for, right? All that stuff. They'll sit in the minivan while the kid's knocking on doors, going door to door, trying to sell this shit. Been there, done that. And that's another reason why I have walked a mile in your shoes, and I think I can be objectively judgmental in this case. First year of high school, I go out for high school sports, and they say, it's going to cost you $110. What? It's $110 whether you play one sport or three sports. And it's every year you got to pay $110. But here's the deal. We're going to give you these candy bars to sell. You sell enough of these candy bars, you make back the $110, you don't have to pay anything. Or maybe you just sell a few candy bars and you just pay the difference. All right, what are these candy bars? Well, we've got 3 different kinds of candy bars. They're no name, they look kind of generic, and they're king size. You're going to sell them for $1 each. Just go door to door. Nobody can say no to a kid. Seriously, right? Okay, wait a minute. These are no name brand candy bars. You got 3 kinds. How am I supposed to tell people, you know, what they're? Well, one's like a crackle, and one's got a caramel, and one's solid chocolate, or whatever. Okay, that's great, but once again, you can go down to the corner store and buy a name brand king size candy bar that you know what it tastes like for 50 cents. So you want me to sell these no name brand candy bars that nobody's ever heard of or had for twice that? Yes, because nobody can say no to a kid. I went door to door. I had people would say, well, give me a free candy bar if I like it. I'll buy the second one. No. Well, how do I know what it's supposed to taste like? What if I don't like it? I'll take a bite out of it right here, and if I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it. No. Or just give me the 3rd degree. How do you expect me to want to buy your candy bar for twice what I could pay for at the store up the street? I hardly sold any candy bars. At the end of the day, I just said screw it and took the $110 out of the pay that I got from my half-assed part-time job as a teenager. And back then, $110 was a lot more money than what it is now. I'm that old, okay? So every year, that's what I just did. I just gave them their damn $110 and said, I'm not selling your stupid candy bars. Fast forward a couple decades. Now I got kids. Now they're doing these extracurricular activities. Now they want us to sell shit. How much? What do you mean? How much? 100? 500? 300? 800? What is it? What do I got to give you so that my kid can be in this fill in the blank? Well, but you can sell these. No, I'm not selling the fucking coupon book. It is the 21st century. Who in the hell is going to buy a coupon book? How much is it? $800? Here's $800. Leave me alone. I'm not giving up every weekend and dragging my kid around to go knock on the doors of strangers to ask them to pay for a kid that I made. I will pay for my kid. I paid for myself, and now I'm paying for my kids. You pay for your kid. Don't ask me to pay for your kid. Now, if you've got somebody who really likes these Girl Scout cookies and they go, hey, just let me know, and I'm going to buy 10 boxes of Snickerdoodles every year, all right? You got a coworker, you got a friend, grandma wants to buy cookies, right? Aunt so-and-so wants to buy some cookies. I get it. My wife buys these cookies. Not every year, and not a lot of them, but she will buy these cookies from coworkers and relatives who have little girls in the Girl Scouts, okay? Full disclosure, she does, right? I get it. So if somebody approaches you and says, put me down for 10 boxes every year, I get it. But when you're at the store and you're harassing strangers, that's where I have a problem. Pay for your kid. Don't ask me to do it. And when I say no the first time, I fucking mean no. I shouldn't have to say it to your daughter 3 times and get held up when I just want to get my stuff to my truck and go home. All right? Or be held up trying to get into the store, because they're either going to get you coming or going. And I don't like that. For me, that's harassment. If I owned a store, I absolutely would not allow anybody to be selling their junk out in front of the store. Now, if you don't see it that way, if you don't see it that you should have to pay for your kids, that says a lot about your character. And once again, you're teaching your children entitlement. Somebody else is responsible for paying this, honey. Not mom and dad. Not you. You wanted this. You want to be in the Scouts, or you want your kids in the Scouts. You fucking pay for it. Don't ask strangers to do it. Definitely don't ask me, because I'm not going to ask you to pay for my kid. It just isn't going to happen. This is one of the reasons I have such a big issue with welfare and other forms of government assistance. Okay? So maybe that's probably my biggest reason why I don't like Girl Scout cookies. And to be an equal opportunity asshole, the Boy Scouts, you're even more pathetic. You sell fucking popcorn. Who the fuck wants popcorn? Hell, it's practically health food. Now, I understand they have flavored popcorns and stuff like that. How do I know? Because one motherfucking time, I bought some popcorn from the Boy Scouts. Yes, they freaking blocked the door like a human chain and wouldn't let me out until I bought cookies. They extorted me. None shall pass until you buy, or cookies. None shall pass until you buy this popcorn. So I bought the popcorn. I got it home. I took it out. Microwave popcorn, right? Half of it was moldy. No shit. Had green shit on it. Mold. The other half that wasn't moldy was stale when I popped it. We'll never buy that bullshit again. And here's another thing. If you're going into Walmart and you got some kids selling Boy Scout popcorn, you can walk 100 feet into Walmart, make a left-hand turn, and right there on the shelf is Orville Motherfucker and Pop Secret. And it's 1/4 the price. And I guarantee you, it won't be stale or moldy. So why would you sell that shit? At least Girl Scout cookies are something that they don't necessarily have in the store. But your Boy Scout popcorn, they've got all the same shit in the store. The kettle corn, all that shit, extra butter, they've got it in the store. There's nothing special about Boy Scout popcorn. It really isn't. So you're worse than the Girl Scouts because you don't even have something people like. But you do the same thing. You have the same people teaching their kids a sense of entitlement. You have the same kids getting exploited. You have the same parents permitting this to happen. And you have me, the disgruntled shopper, who just wanted to go into Walmart to buy some Pop-Tarts, damn it. So that's the real reason I don't like Girl Scout cookies, and I guess in the same sense, Boy Scout popcorn. Now, let the hate spew forward in the comments section, please. I love that stuff. Thanks for listening.